Hello, my name's Wesley. Didn't I wear this outfit in another video? Nah, I just filmed a bunch of these at once. Okay, alright. Welcome back to another one of my videos. As you can see, I am wearing my McDonald's appreciation outfit today. And yes, this name tag is totally real. Can you believe I used to work at a McDonald's? Can you imagine? Hello, my name's Wesley, and would you like a fries with that? Maybe you'd be interested in supersizing for just 99 cents. Have you tried our new McWraps? I don't know what the new product was then. No, I can't make ice cream for you because the machine is broken. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So here we are, it's a beautiful spring day outside and there's nothing I'd rather do than be in a hot house baking. So you may find yourself asking, if the weather's so hot outside, why are you inside making a cake? Shouldn't you be outside doing something like exploring Queen's Park or refinishing a chair or, I don't know, going somewhere with a nice tote bag? By the way, if you need a nice tote bag, go to my Etsy shop. All tote bags are 10% off. Woo, 10% off. And that doesn't mean I'm just gonna send you like 90% of a tote bag. Now, as some of you may know, I am not a professional baker, although I do claim to play one on TV. If this is TV, and this is professional baking. But I love cake, and having recently made fake cakes, I can't stop thinking about the real ones. Also, my YouTube feed has become a lot of baking. You watch one Anne Reardon video and all of a sudden everything's baking. How to cook this, how to cook that. Did you know there's someone that goes and buys cheap crappy cakes from the grocery store? Which, by the way, some grocery store cakes are quite lovely. But she goes and buys cheap cakes from the grocery store and then makes them into beautiful cakes. Now, I haven't watched a single one of her videos, and that's mainly because she puts the before and the after right in the image, and I don't need to watch it. I don't really care how it's done, I just like the before and the after. I mean, watch everyone's content. First watch all mine, watch everything I've done, and convince 1,000 other people to like and subscribe. Has anyone left a comment recently? Do I need to get out the cricket sound effect again? So, of course, by popular demand, here I am making a cake. A real cake. But not just any cake, you see. I kind of thought to myself, what kind of cake should I be making? Square, obviously, because it's the pan shape that I have that's the nicest to go on camera. And some people, you see their pans and they look like, I don't know, terrible, just plain terrible. And then I'm like, I don't know if I want to eat things you've made out of here. Is that part of the pan stuck to this cake? You just put icing on that. One time, one of my friends made a cake and then they put it in their bathtub as a surprise. The cakes I am making are very special cakes. Very special indeed. In fact, you've seen these cakes before. Did I mention I recently learned how to do the snap editing effect? So cool! I'm the coolest ever, and everyone's gonna watch this video and YouTube's gonna send me millions of dollars. That's right, I'm making real cakes that look like fake cakes. Whoa, it's gonna be so cool! And I'm only gonna make these three cakes. 4, this one makes it 4, because I really feel that's all that's gonna fit in this pan. And I'm not making double cakes. We're not here forever. I don't have all day, you guys. I got things to do. People are waiting for me to send them packages, millions and millions of packages that they order from my Etsy shop daily. Did I mention I'm having a 10% off sale on bags? Go check that out. There'll be a link in the description. So having said all that, let's pretend I totally wrote a script for that intro and make some real cakes. Since I'm already wearing my apron, I want to take this time to bid a fond farewell to a list of things you will need. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Frankly, it takes a long time to edit, and I'm not 100% certain that any of you are actually following along and doing the crafts like you're supposed to. And if you are, why aren't you tagging me in a million Instagram posts about how you watched my video and did the crafts? So for this project, you will just need basic cake making supplies and some sort of recipe. Now, if you would like to find this recipe yourself, just type chocolate cake recipe into Google and pick whichever one most resembles the ingredients you have. That's what I did. Let's get this cake started in here. How's that song go? Na, na, na. Ha, let's get it started and ha. So the first thing I will need is half a cup of cocoa powder. As you can see, I've crossed off all my brands because I'm still not sponsored. But if any of you somehow make cocoa powder and would like to, send me like $16,000 to do a cocoa powder video about you, I will certainly do that. Here we go, half a cup of cocoa powder. We're already off to a great start. Now I should mention this recipe has some weird measurements because it's actually to make like 48 servings of cake, and I only need to make cake for me. Next I'll need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. No, that's not it. I can't see what's here. Flour! Now I'm not gonna lie, I love my vintage canisters. They are so beautiful. But I don't know what kind of life they had. I don't know what has lived in them, so I make a strict decision to just put things in bags into them. Really? That's the kind of day we're having. Don't look at the brand, I'm not sponsored. Okay, well, get that out here. So I'm gonna need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I really don't have a 1/4 cup. I have a 1/3, I got a 1/2, I got an 1/8. A 1/4 is just 2/8, isn't it? Isn't it? Is that how that math works? A 1/4 is 2/8? Yeah, yes, a 1/4 is 2/8. Sure, gorgeous, we love that. 1 cup of sugar, the same amount recommended daily by most doctors. Next I will need a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. The hell? Oh, 1/4, okay, great. So like 5 of these, 5 quarters. 1, 2. Can anyone ever get these things to rip off nicely? Like, I try, and it's just little papers. Just little papers. Freaking ridiculous. Next, I need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Ah, yes, I see. You're all attached together. That's nice and annoying. Alright, now I'm just going to whisk this all together with my beautiful Mixmaster Plus here, you know, whatever. I'm just going to mix this all together till it's one solid color or one consistent mix. Wow, that looks good enough to eat. Ooh, wow, so chic. Get out of the way, you're not in the show right now. We're done with you, Cocoa Powder. Get out of here. Coco Peru, though, I love her. She could come around anytime. Wouldn't that be the best if, like, I made cake and somehow, like, Coco Peru was like, oh, I saw you made a cake. And I was like, oh, thank you. Do you like this cake? And she'd be like, that cake is amazing. And then she'll come over and have cake with me. But instead, it's freaking COVID. So I can't have anyone come over to do anything ever. Yay. So glad we're quick on the vaccines in Canada. All right, now that my dry ingredients are done, let's move on to the wet. And these are all refrigerated ingredients, so I've definitely left them in the other room. BRB! All right, okay, whatever I say here. Next, I will need 1 to 2 eggs. And the reason I say 1 to 2 is because this recipe, again, was originally to make like 48 servings of cake, and I'm not having a freaking wedding in my house. Anyway, the recipe originally called for 5 eggs. So how do you split 5 eggs into a 1/4? I don't know, it's a weird number. So I said 1 to 2. And if I need another egg, I'm gonna see how wet everything is. If I need another egg, I'll add another egg. Maybe it's safe just to do 2 and be okay with it. Now the next thing my recipe is claiming to need is 1/2 cup of sour cream. Now we had nachos for dinner last night, so I don't have any sour cream, but I do have a whole jar of mayo, and I heard somewhere that that's also good. Mayo cake. Not as like icing, like don't ice a cake in mayo. Unless you're gonna make one of those sandwich cakes, it's like bread, some veggies, I guess a lunch meat, a cheese, a bread. It's like a big sandwich, and then you ice the whole thing with mayo and like olives and stuff, and it's a cake. Sandwich cake. So I need 1/4 cup, which is 2/8. For anyone screaming at their TV, phone, prison-issued computer, whatever you are watching this on, for anyone screaming, that's not what that measurement is! I can't hear you anyway. Stop yelling at your TV. That's about right. Which isn't mayo just like eggs and oil? So really... And then I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, is it just me, or is it weird that this vanilla is in a maple syrup container? Club Supreme, I don't know who makes this maple syrup. Vanilla, see, I've called it the wrong thing already. I don't know who makes this, but every time I am looking for vanilla in my cupboard, I always look at this and go, well, there's the maple syrup, now where's the vanilla? I always move it out of the way and keep looking for the vanilla, when really I've moved the vanilla around like 6 times because I keep thinking it's maple syrup. This doesn't even help to pour it. Look, this doesn't help. What the hell's the point of this thing? All right, I'm gonna mix this all together and see how that goes. Woohoo, fine. Oh, God. Well, sure. I will keep mixing, gradually increasing speed until my mixture becomes a consistent, homogeneous consistency. Science. Alright, look at that. Oh, cute. That's, wow. Everyone's happy about this development. So now I'm just going to gradually mix this all together. Like this. I'm going to do this one and pour some of this in at the same time. Get ready, it's going to be exciting. Yeah, oh yes, that's going great. Now you just want to mix till everything's very consistently mixed together. I should have been preheating the oven this whole time. Nope. Wow, that looks just like cake batter, as it should. Excellent. So now that that's all done, I'm just going to prepare my pan. Which means taking all this stuff out, dust all the cobwebs out, you know, whatever's in there, get rid of it, you don't need it. Now, as you can see, I wrote down no instructions that go with this recipe, so I'm definitely guessing on what to do. Now, if I were making a cake, I would definitely line this tray with parchment paper. However, I went to the grocery store and parchment paper, the smallest, tiniest roll of parchment paper, was $8 freaking. There is no way I am paying $8 freaking for parchment paper. I know times are tough. I am penny pinching everywhere. Look, I'm even making my own cakes. I am not paying $8 for parchment paper. Holy man, like what do you think this is? $8. You can get the same amount of parchment paper at the dollar store and it is like $1. Actually, their prices went up too, so now it's like $1.50. So instead, I will be using foil. $8 for parchment paper. What do they think this is? As you can see, I have lined my pan with foil. So my next step is just to pour all of this into here. Alright, just pour that in there. Nice. Yes, in you get. It smells nice, like a cake. Looks like a cake. Alright, so it's looking like when this recipe said it was going to feed 48 people, they really meant like 6. Oh, that's a thin, shallow cake. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, maybe it will rise. We're going to hope it rises. I'm not lying to you. The recipe that I cut into a quarter said to me, it's going to make 48 pieces of cake and it's going to fill 2 24-inch cake pans. Alright, now that everything looks smooth and even, I'm just gonna throw it in the oven. Do you wanna lick a beater? What do you mean, no? So what if it's got eggs in it? You're a dog! Well, fine then. Fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah, great. You don't need to have any. Good, I don't care. Hello, my name's Wesley, and thank you for watching part 1 of my Let's Make Real Cakes instructional video. Why is it in 2 parts, you may ask? Well, sometimes things take a little bit longer to edit than I thought they would. And sometimes these videos pay me $0. Actually, all the time they pay me $0. So sometimes editing a video can't always be on the top of my list. But thank you anyway for watching part 1, and be sure to subscribe so you are notified the second part 2 comes up. So until then, bye!